Hi guys. In the last part of my series, I think I talked about values, and so I would be remiss to not talk about relationships. Um, I think they go hand in hand. So I'm gonna kind of share with you how I develop relationships today. And a lot of times, relationships happen without my permission. You know, you run into somebody who you happen to identify stories with. Some relationships develop that you have no choice but to have a relationship with this person because maybe you work with them, but one of the things that I always remember when dealing with relationships is that it takes two or more people to have a relationship, right? Well, so I thought, how about I needed to start having a relationship with myself? Once I started having a relationship with the right universe, and then myself, and then other people, did I start to feel whole? Did I start to feel a part of? But it all started with the relationship I built with myself. And from there, building on the inside and working on myself internally, I'm talking about the emotions, and then working on my physical thing, and well, actually working on my mental, working on all of those components that make me whole. Those three components: mental, physical, and spiritual thing, right? I became a magnet then because my magnetism was energized. And then people started to gravitate towards you because you were giving off positive vibes. And the same for others. Their magnetism, their vibes were kicking in, which gravitated you towards them. And next thing you know, relationships start to develop because you find out you have at least one thing in common. We're both in recovery. We have a common welfare. We're both trying to stay in our maintenance phase of our recovery process a day at a time. Now, I believe also that after that maintenance phase, there is a transcendence. That's when the taste. I don't get those drug dreams. I'm not craving. I'm not triggered. No, 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 no. The taste is gone because my life has purpose today, and I value that, right? And I know who I am, right? But that relationship piece, man, you got to be careful at times too, because not everybody is on this planet with the same purpose in mind. Right? You got to remember that we are individuals within relationships, right? So, in other words, like, it's easy, to be coerced into doing things with other people, because you like them and you don't want to hurt their feelings, or you might, you're all in with the crowd or something like that. Just remember this: if you have a relationship with yourself and you have that relationship with the right universe, there's a discernment that you acquire to help you make good relationships or get into good relationships. You understand what I'm saying? Because if you fall back sometime and just behind a person's speech, how they talk, you kind of discern where this person is about and where they're at. And then you have the decision of whether or not you want to mess with that person, or you want to be in that person's space, or do you want that person in your space? Because believe it or not, toxic energy is contagious. Positive energy is contagious. So therefore they don't repel each other. It goes both ways, right? It's up to you, the person who has the relationship with themselves, to discern what's good for you and what's not good for you. Because not every relationship you get in may be good for you. It may be good sexually. It may be good, because it's laughter, blah, 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 blah. But is it good for you wholly? And I don't mean religious holy, I mean whole, all the way around. Does it stimulate you mentally? Does it move your spirit? Are you learning things? Are you sharing things in this relationship? You start with the relationship with yourself. You should be doing all of those things. You know, sharing that information with yourselves, being spiritual with yourself, staying connected to the right universe. Trusting and believing that everything you do right comes from the right universe and not you. That's the humility. Recognize where it comes from, right? That relationship is powerful. Relationships, that I acquired today through my work as a Serpa, um, come about in the form of Serpa in a recovery. I let them know, listen, I'm just like you. You know, I'm just a little further on in my process. You may see me with these titles and these credentials, and yeah, they may let me get in meetings you can't get into, but I'm still a person in recovery too. And you want to develop the relationship with your recovery where they trust you. They feel that you can provide for them the support that you too get from your support network. And then that relationship can last for years, man. I know. Recoveries I've been working with for years. They've gone on in self-directed lifestyle, doing well, but they still want to keep on with their peer. It's just support, man. We need relationships. We need to support one another. We need to be able to bounce things off of each other as human beings. Yeah, relationships are very important. Just be mindful of the energy in those relationships and how it affects you as an individual. Peace, guys.